Hello, sunshines. How art thou? I'm outside. How art thou? I am doing this differently. If you can't hear me, let me know. You should be able to hear me though. But I'm outside. I thought it would be something different to do than to be inside and get you guys on point. Get you guys on point with making some money from graphing or even just any type of graph canning. Even if you don't graph, I could graph. I'll do it for you. But how was your weekend? How was your week? How was your day? How was every day? Like, let me know. Put it in the comments. Let me know so I can know that you guys are having such a great weekend because I know you are. And if you're not, let me know so I can help you have a good weekend. I'm making some money. Listen, this is hard. This is a lot. A lot we have to do, a lot of different things we have to change just so that you could be on top of everything, right? Like we have to be on top. Every time you turn around, you gotta do this and do that. It's like and change this and change that just so that you can make it, just so that you can like make it day by day. These things are like in our mind is easy, but when you're actually doing it, it's not easy. And it's so much that you have to do to conquer your goal and to stay on top of your goal. But I'm here to tell you it works. Don't give up. Even if it seems like it's not working, guarantee you it's going to work. Just don't give up on yourself. When it comes to making money with graph ganning, I'm gonna tell you, it was the wisest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Hey, ladies, how art thou? TL, Leslie, Sharice, how art thou? How are you? I miss you guys. It's the hardest thing ever that I have done was to make the decision to like stop working and to do this full time. But it was the wisest thing I've ever done was to start it with graph ganning because graph ganning is what made me. So I started back in 2000 and what 11, and it was just something that I just could not stray from. Like I had to have a graph gan. Even if I was doing other things, I still would go back to do a graph gan. Hey Bethany, how art thou? And I realized that the graph ganning, I was able to make a little bit more money than I would if I did regular blankets or regular outfits or anything. So I decided that graph ganning was just going to be something that I stuck with. Graph ganning was going to be something that I not just stuck with, but embedded into my being, embedded into my existence, embedded into everything that I do. And so now, when I look back at my finances, because I have a book of finances on how much I made, how much I, whether I lost or gained, I realized that the majority of everything that I gained was just from graph ganning, graphing or graph ganning. So when I mean making money from graphing, it's not just learning how to graph, but also graph ganning. So if you may not be that person that want to graph gan, that want to graph. You may not be that type of person that feels like I don't have time to do the graphing. I just want to go straight into the crocheting. And that's fine. You could be that person. But to actually graph gan and actually crochet it, you can still make more money. And what I mean by that is a regular blanket you may charge like $80 or $100, but a graph gan you could charge a little bit more, a lot more actually. I charge like a la carte. Like I think I explained how I charge my graph ganning. I'll explain again another time, but how I charge is based off of each thing that the person wants. So if the person wants a name, but and wants a character, and the character has all these different colors, and she wants this and that, I add more for each thing that that person wants. And you can't do that with a regular blanket. You just add the regular blanket, and whatever that is, that is. But with the graphghanning, I'm able to add way more. And that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited on how much money I can make just by those little things and then just keep adding in more and more and more and more. And I also tried to do my graphing technique with let's see, let me show you. I'm gonna show you how I do my graphing technique. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? I'm gonna change my screen so that you can see. Um, Let me see. Okay, so my so in the beginning I started off with, don't judge me, but I started off with something not so simple, but simple to me, and it's backwards, but don't mind that. The thing about it was when I did this, this was like one of the first detailed projects that I've done, and it was I'm gonna say a twin size, and at that time I charged her $80. $80 I charged her, and this was something that I really did not think about at the time at all. I didn't think about it. And then I had the regular blanket. The regular blanket I would charge. Actually, I charged at one point $40. This is like way back in the days. $40, maybe 50, maybe 60. Now we on a whole nother pay range now. Now it's like over and beyond. It's no way I can ever do anything less than that because it's just not fair. It's not fair to me and my hands. It's not fair. So that's why I think that we have to take into consideration the time and the energy that we're putting into a graphghan, and it may be more tedious, but it is beneficial. It's very beneficial, and you can make a good amount of money just by doing it. I know some people say I'm slow. I don't make anything really quick. And my thing about it is what happened? My internet. The more you keep going and going and going, the more you will be good at it, and the more you'll be faster. Like I started in 2011, and I didn't stop. I just kept on going. So the more you keep going, the more you would be fluent in graphing. Basically, changing colors. Graphing is changing colors. That's basically what graphing is. Changing colors. Changing each color. I need some water. So once you get into the process of changing colors, then you will get into that process of being a little bit quicker. I know me, when you're doing a regular blanket, just regular crochet, changing colors, a couple of rolls at a time, it's quick. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to look. But let me tell you, since I've been doing this, I've learned how to. I'm also graphing, but I learned how to crochet without thinking, and that's just changing colors just by looking at my graph and focusing on what I'm because I watch TV or I listen to people talk or I just be outside and I just crochet and I look down and I keep going and look down and keep going, and it's just like second nature to me. It doesn't phase me anymore. And I think that's where a lot of people are like, I don't want to do it because I'm not good at it. But you can get good at it if you could start crocheting. Period. You could crochet with a graphghan and you could be fluent at it. It makes more money. It makes more money. Another way that I make a profit is graphing, learning how to graph. And what I mean by learning how to graph, a lot of people is like, oh, I can learn on my own. So that's basically what I've done. But throughout the years, I realized people come to me and say, well, this box doesn't look right, or I can't see the boxes, or when I crochet it's not coming out right. So throughout the years, not only was I learning on my own, I realized that they were teaching me something that I was not aware of. They were teaching me, okay, this person works this way, so maybe I should change this, or this person works that way, so maybe I could change this. So this is how I learned how to do what I do. Sorry, I'm outside. So then I also thought about how when I do my graphing and I graph like one way this way and then the other way that way, it's because when I graph, hey, how are you? When I graph this way and graph that way, it's because when we crochet the single crochet, you're crocheting this way and then it starts turning that way. So that's how I graph. I graph so that when you are crocheting my graph, it flows a little bit better. So your lines are not real narrow and skinny and it looks like it's disappearing. Your lines could be a little thicker when you graph. Doesn't look like somebody's leg that has one line is disappearing. It doesn't look like somebody has a missing nose or ear or something like that. That's what I try to do. I try to make sure that I'm not just graphing just to graph or just to make money. I'm trying to graph so that you can understand it and you can get the best out of what you are purchasing. The graph that you're purchasing from me is going to be a good graph. Unofficial Diva. Exactly. Everybody. Hi. I ain't even gonna tell you where I'm at. That's another story. You don't understand. That's a blog that I'm definitely gonna write. You don't understand where I'm at right now. I'm not home. But anyway, hey Ty. I'm not home, Ty. That's another story. So yeah, regular blankets, like I said, we could make pretty good money. Some people are able to sell a regular crochet blanket for like 150, but you could sell a graphghan for at least 500 or more dollars. So the last blanket that I made, what the heck was it? It was a I think I did one after that, but the one that I really made a lot of money from and benefited from, and I kept telling them no because I knew it was going to be a lot of work. It was the what the heck? Did y'all see that or hear that? It was a squirrel fell on top of the. I'm so glad this was here because it would have fell on me. Yeah, it would have fell on me. The squirrel. Yo, the squirrel just fell. I know, right, Sheree? The squirrel literally fell. It would have fell on me. You gonna get it, Ivory? The squirrel almost fell on me. Thank God this thing was here. Now, back to graph candy. This is Diva for you. It's not happening again. I'm not doing this outside no more. You witnessed the squirrel falling out of the tree? Well, I never witnessed, and I don't want to do it again. No, 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 no. Oh man. So yeah, like I was saying, whatever I was saying. Now my nerves is shook right now. Whatever I was saying. Let me go back to it. Okay, so the Haiti blanket. I did a Haiti blanket and it was so much detail. I charged $750. The thing about it is I probably could have charged way more, but I charged $750. You can't charge $750 for a regular blanket. I mean, can $750 is what I had did, and she was happy to pay for it. And that's the thing. you want your customers to be happy to pay for it and not complain about it, because we are around people who will complain and who will say, that's too much money. I could go to Target, I could go here and there and get a blanket. I don't have time for that. Okay. So, handmade, people who appreciate handmade, and not only do they appreciate handmade, they appreciate the fact that I'm taking what they're asking for. I'm taking what they're asking for and making it into a design that they could keep for the rest of their lives. So I tend to explain that, but not only do I tend to explain it, my work shows for itself. So a lot of the customers that I get already saw my work. They already see it. They already either felt it, or they have a family member who been around it, and that's how I sell my work. And then a lot of people don't even know that it's even possible. So that's what I love. I love when they don't know it's possible to do this. I love it, because when they don't know it's possible to create pictures or even letters, when they don't realize that, it makes it more exciting to say, I can do this. What would you want? And that's how I talk to them. That's how I talk to my customers or potential customers. I 9 times out of 10 lock them in by just saying, what do you want? I can make your wish come true. I can make your wish come true. I can make whatever you want. And, but it's a certain way you have to talk to them, because, say, for instance, like, I could do a lot, but there's certain things I try not to do. Photos. I try not to do them. I will graph it, but to crochet it, I try not to. So I try to narrow their vision a little bit by directing them without them knowing that I'm directing them in the way I need them to go. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but what I mean is, for instance, if a customer say, I want a blanket and I want my son's name on it for his graduation, right? But I also want his old school and his new school. I've actually had someone ask me that. I want his old school and his new school, but I don't know how you're gonna put it. Maybe you could put his old school here and his new school here. Me, knowing what I can do, and knowing, okay, I'm looking at this person and I'm listening to her and I'm listening to how excited she is about her son, and her son plays football and he's going into a football college, and it's a D1 school. So, this is a big deal. This is a big deal for her, but she's not making it a big deal in the designs that she's telling me. So I will formulate everything that she's telling me and make it a big deal when I do the graph. So when I do the graph, I'm going to make it so that it looks like it's this young little boy from high school who blew up to blossom into this D1 school, which is almost like a pro football team. So I might make it into a football field, right? And then the football field might have his high school, and then it's gonna have his college on one end, high school on another end. But in between, I will have maybe different levels of his name going in. Like, sometimes I could picture it, and sometimes I have to actually start it off just to picture. I'm gonna add this to it, and I'm gonna add that to it. So once I add actual picture, not really the graph, but the actual picture, and show the picture to the customer, that's when my customer is like, oh my God, like, hands down, I wasn't even thinking about that. You nailed it. I want it. And then we're going to talk about the price. And then it's like, I don't care. I want it. I don't care what the price is. I want it. Can I give you a deposit now? And that's how I lock in my customers. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of my customers do wind up buying my blankets, because I sell them the world. I sell them everything. So, like I said, you don't have to learn how to graph, but at least guide your customers and help them with the dream that they want without making it unbelievable. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Like, for instance, um, a portrait in the middle of the football field is doable, but would you want to do it? Will I want to graph it? Maybe not. It might take a little bit more time and a lot more money. So it's not something that I would want to do. So I won't mention it. So won't don't mention it. Mention what you can do, but make it sellable. Make it like, oh my gosh. And if you don't know how to, ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more information you could get from your customer. And that's for anything. That's for anything. Not even a blanket or a pillow or clothes. Anything. I just talking to my customers gets me a sense of their vibe and what they might like and what they are feeling. And I get a vibe of, she likes this. I see what she has on. I see the type of clothes she has on. So I could tell she likes this style. And then I would try to like formulate it. I will stalk you. I will go on your page and I will look you up on your Instagram or Facebook and I would see, hmm, he likes this. He likes this color. He also likes the Panthers. And then I might add that into the graph. So the more you do that, the more you bring in the presence of that person in those little personable things and add that in there, that's when it's like, bam, you slam dunk. And it's like, wow, she got me. Customers. Something is sticking me. You could do that as well. Graphing. So for those who wants to graph and make it into a business, I have my book, the ebook, and I also have my class that I'm doing. So the class that I'm doing is a 2 day class, and it's going to be a more detailed class. And the detailed class is going to basically show how um, not only why I do my shading and lines, because it may not matter to some people. Shading may not matter to someone, but it matters to people who like art. Or if you may do your graph versus me doing my graph, who's going to pick it? Who's, you might choose hers because it's simple, but you might choose mine because it's way more detailed and you can see more shading and colors and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to do the class, because a lot of people are asking me, well, how do you do this and how do you do that? And it's a lot of things that are changed from back then to now. There's a lot of things that are changed, and it's like a certain pattern that I do to make sure that my graphing is way better than it was before. He's not gonna move. So can be the graphing can be tedious but doable. So that's why I'm doing the new class. The ebook that I have now, so I wanted to revamp it and do more to it. So what I did do was I made it into a PDF. So I made it from the ebook to the PDF. That way, if somebody wanted to print it out, they could print it out. Um, and then I was gonna revamp it a little bit. And then I'm thinking like, hmm, that means I have to do the whole thing all over again. So that's something that's gonna take me a while to do all over again, Ty, because I will have to do the whole book all over again. There's some things that I still do from back then, but there's some things that I changed because I try to make things easier for me. So if I'm going to graph something that's detailed, I do the same thing each and every time so that it doesn't so that it's not hard. What I mean by same thing each time is when I am graphing, I will tend to go the same exact route with the graphing wizard, right? And then when we go to the other part, I will merge my light colors. And then the next part I might do is um, clean up a little bit. So basically, I do the same thing until I get to a part where I finished all of that. Now it's time to like finish cleaning it up, and if I need to move this or move that, and if it's something that I'm having a really hard time doing with the graphing, then there's other techniques that I do, and that's what I'm going to go over into the class. So if you're not in that class and you want to learn that, let me know. Hit me up. It's $40, and it's 2 days, and it's really beneficial because the ebook tells you step by step if you want to learn how to do certain things. So all you have to do is go in the ebook and look it up. But this class is going to go a little bit more deeper into how I'm able to do the tedious, hard graphs. How am I able to make it a smaller version rather than make it 300 by 300? Because remember, when you're graphing and you're taking an image and you want that image to, be, you don't want it to be too huge, but you want to be able to graph it. That's why I taught myself how to do certain techniques so that it's not a 300 by 300 graph. It could still be a 150 by 150, and the 150 by 150 could still have great detail. All right, it can have great detail. So that's something that you might want to consider in doing. You could do your own graphs. You don't have to pay for or ask someone else to do your own graphs, even if it's just a name. I know people who do their own graphs, but they may need help. So if it's something that's very detailed and they have problems with, they do come to me and they will buy my graphs. Or someone who don't mind just doing names. They might just do a name or a monogram for theirs, but also they will ask me to do something else that they don't have time to do. So it's up to you, what you want to do and how you want to do it. If you want to have a graphic business, then that's something that I'm not going to come out here at all ever again. Bugs. Um, so if you want a business graphghanning, or not graphghanning, but graphing, that's something that you could look into as well. And I think that'll work. I think that would be something that you could do and you can make pretty good money out of. Just be different though. Be different at it. If you're gonna graph, don't do what everybody else is doing. Do something different so that you can make money from that. I really wanted to do the class, but the 2nd of July is my birthday. I will be traveling. Um hmm. Um yeah, happy birthday in advance, Salita. I don't know unless I record it because I am doing it on Zoom. Maybe I'll record the second half for you. If that's the option for you, I I can do that. All right, so let me go into what I did in the past. So what I did in the past was something I will never do now. But the past was something I did really, really simple. So I would take one monogram and then do the graphghan border around because it was so simple and so easy. And the graphghan border around, you could do it just like that, right? So it's easy, it's simple, it's nice, and it doesn't even have to be like a letter. It could be, a name, or it could be anything, a picture or whatever, and then you just do large that large border around it. So that's what I decided to do with the other one, the Zori. So the Zori, I did the granny square around it, but then I also added some little stuff around it, and I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. So yeah, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, but it was something that I did in the past. That would be awesome. Okay, Shalita, I'll do that for you if you want. That way you'll be able to have the class and you can do the class. Yeah, so that monogram blanket is a monogram blanket that um I did like maybe once or twice in the past. And then I did the one with the name, and then I just started progressing into like different types of graphs and designs. The monogram might be easy for someone who's starting with something. Or what I also did was take little squares, and it was like little squares, and I'm actually gonna do a graphghan class on this too. It's how to graphghan. Why this just going? Yeah, it's just cut off on me. But the graphghan, the granny square. Well, it's not gonna be a granny square, but it's gonna be like a little square, and we're gonna put like a little design on it, or alphabet, or whatever you want, and make a bunch of little squares. That is how I learned how to do a lot of my graphghanning as well. Little tiny squares, put them to the side, do another one, put them to the side, and I would just do as many as possible. Like if I had to do like maybe 10 red, 10 black, and then maybe 5 white. And then I will put them together and make it into a blanket. That was something that I did to practice. That's something I'm going to do next month to teach people how to graphghan, because some people don't know how to graphghan. I didn't realize that. I thought some people wanted me to graph, teach them how to graph, but apparently they wanted me to teach them how to graphghan. So I'm doing that class next month as well. But the graphing class, you could do little tiny squares and just, periodically build yourself up. I think starting from the bottom and working your way up will work. And um, not only that, it's the coloring book pages that do it for me. The coloring book pages, get a coloring book page and graph with that, and then add your colors and whatever to it, and bam, it's done. I do that just in like 5 minutes, stamp it, make it my own thing, and bam. And then look, I sold it like probably 10, 20 times, $8 each. It's easy, it's simple. Also, if you was to make it and you was to $200, $500. Okay. Hey Edna, how art thou? So these are things that you could take into consideration. Let me see. All right. So one more thing. It does not matter if you are graphing one little thing or something really, really detailed. It doesn't matter. So you could graph something really tiny or something really detailed. As long as you are having fun with it, have fun with it. Don't do something if you're not comfortable. Don't do it if you're not having fun. Just don't do it. Because if you're not, it's not going to come out the way you want it, and you're going to keep having issues, and that's something we don't want to do, right? We don't want to keep having problems and issues, and then you're going to feel like, even still to this day, I feel sometimes, man, I don't want to give this to this person, even though they paid for it. I don't want to give it to them, and then sometimes I'll do it all over. You don't want to do that. Be comfortable with what you're doing and love it. Because if you don't love it, then who else is going to love it? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we're hard on ourselves. We're hard and we say, it didn't come out right. I'm so mad at myself. And then they love. Don't give up on yourself. Just keep doing it. The more and more you keep doing it, you'll realize that it's not even you, it's not them, it's just you need to have love for it. I didn't have love for doing like clothes and stuff like that. And so it didn't come out right because it was something that was like frustrating me. But graph ganning is like I wanted to do more. I wanted to learn. I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going. So just having some type of love for it, love for what you do, love for what you're creating, it will allow you to keep going more and more and more, and others will see that you love it. Because I have people who come up to me, I could tell you love that. I could tell you love what you do. I could tell that, um, like you take what you do serious, and they see that. You want them to see that. You want them to know that you love what you do because they feel like if you love what you do, then their project or their order is going to come out really well. Their project is going to come out so well that they won't have any worries at all whatsoever.
I'm leaving.
All right, honey.
I'll see you in like 2 weeks.
You coming back in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, yay. All right.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Love you, Dad.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, so I also realized that not only do I have love for what I do, it's something that I will keep doing over and over and over just because I'm bored. Just because I don't have nothing else better to do, I would just crochet or graph. Just crochet or graph. Um, I'm doing a gift for someone, and I could have did anything for this lady, anything. And I decided, no, I'm gonna do a graph can. She came out of nowhere and said, "Can you please? I want a blanket from you, and I want my baby's name on it because she's having a baby. I want my baby's name on it. Can you do it for me? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, sure, no problem." Then I thought about it, and I'm like, hey, I was just about to do this for free, and here she is asking me to get to crochet something, and she's gonna pay me. I love what I do. So yeah, you never know. You be making money and not realizing you're making money. I could just be crocheting in the park or crocheting at the library, anywhere, and people, even on a bus, on the, like just driving on a train, driving in the train. People see it and they want your business card and they want to buy something from you or they want to know what you're making, and that's how you make sales. You're like a walking advertisement. So keep advertising, keep loving what you're doing. If you're gonna graph. If you're gonna crochet in your graph can, crochet the graph can. Do both, but love it, live it, do it, and get your money's worth. Get your money's worth. If they don't want to pay it, that's not your customer. Don't make it so that they will pay for it. Don't. Because I used to do that in the past. I didn't have money, so I will take whatever they had, and here I am still crocheting and have nothing to show for it because I already took their money. And this thing then gave me a headache, and I'm still crocheting it, and it wasn't worth the $80 or $100 that I would charge for it. So I'm not gonna lie, I do still give discounts, but it's just not like how it was before when I used to sell for $80 to $100. Now, now they just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a good amount now. You want to do both? Do both, but love it, sweet Shalita. Do both and love it. Um, you have to practice. You have to practice. You have to um, realize that, for instance, Shalita, I'm going to give a perfect example. Um, you yourself say you get orders, and when you get your orders, you will say, Diva, I need X, Y, and Z, and I need to, do this. Where the disconnect starts is your customer wants X, Y, and Z, right? You may be stuck. You don't know how to do it. You may know how to graph, but you don't know how to put it together. That's where a lot of people are having their issues. I would teach them how to graph. I can't teach you how to think. I can't teach you how to be imaginative. I can't teach you how to put things together, revamp. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more of being creative, um, fluent, um, learning more about the customer and their needs, their wants, what they want, how they want it, how you feel you can do it. That you have to add all of that in there. So it's not all about I'm just gonna graph it. How is it that I myself, my percentage, and I look at this a lot. My percentage of creating a graph and someone actually crocheting it is higher than a lot of people out there. And why? Number one, why is my percentage higher and I don't even try hard? I'm not begging anybody. I'm not soliciting anyone. I don't even put out a lot of advertisements, which I need to do. But why do my graphs are actually not that they're purchased, not that they're purchased. What I'm saying is those who are purchasing my graphs, what is the percentage of them actually crocheting it and finishing it? It's high. I have a high percentage. I always tell them, let me know, even if you don't want to post it. Let me know when you finish. Not everybody let me know, but there's a lot of people who do let me know. And the percentage is so high that I have to give myself a little pat on the back because why? Why is my percentage higher than those out there who are graphing? It's higher because I'm giving them what they want. My stuff is a little different and my size is not crazy large. It's a doable size. It's a size that an average person can do. And you don't have to spend months and months and weeks, well, weeks and weeks and months doing it. So that's something that we all need to think about when we are doing our graphing. Think about if you want this business and graphing, you don't want to just sell, you want people to actually crochet it because let me tell you, the money comes from people crocheting it. And when they crochet it and they post it, that's when you have other people who say, where did you get that pattern from? Where did you get the pattern from? I noticed throughout all the years, it's not me just posting that picture of the craft. They may like it, but it's the people who see that finished product and see what the outcome can be. They are the ones who are ready to purchase. So that's who you have to target. You have to target those people who are not paying attention, but they pay attention when somebody crochets your work. And that's why I say that's where a lot of my business come from. That's where a lot of my success come from is the people who are actually crocheting my graphs and posting it and getting other people to buy it from me. And that's where you yourself can excel from. Uh, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of trial and error, but you do have the best graphs. I try, Salita. That's why I continue to come to you. I have seen many that are huge and it will take forever. Yeah, so the huge ones, I'm going to give you a little secret and I'm going to tell you why they're so huge. They're huge because it's easier to graph. It's easier. It's way easier to graph a huge um, graph, like a huge image, versus making it real smaller and you lose the detail. So I personally will have to create that detail that is lost. So when I create the detail that's lost, then when I create the details that's lost, a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to create that. It takes a lot of time and energy. So I am really happy that I do that. Pat on the back. 200 by 200 size too long or is it a good size? That's basically about the largest I go. It's the 200 by 200. It's about the largest I go. It's it's not large. It's fairly decent. It's like a queen size. Not even, maybe a full to queen. So that's something that you can do and not have to worry about it taking too long. But yeah, a lot of them ones that I do, unless it's asked, the most I will do is 200 by 200. But I will do twin size or Afghan size, which is 150 by 200. I will do that way before I do anything else. I just know you have a lot on your plate, so I try not to put so much on you. And for some reason, I can't get my requests, of course, on your website. I don't know why you're having a problem with the website, but I'm gonna check that out because you shouldn't be. You shouldn't have the shut up. You shouldn't have the problems on there. But what, and don't worry about my plate. This is my business. Don't worry about it. Just finish a baby blanket pattern that I purchased from you. Even with my lack of stitch expertise, the blanket is beautiful. I'm not going to post it though until after I gift it. All right, I want to see it though. You gotta show me. You can show me. You can put it in it. You can put it in my inbox. I won't show nobody. I promise. Pinky square. I promise. I won't. I won't show nobody. But yeah, Salita. Yeah, don't worry about my plate. That's my business. That's my business. I don't know why you're having a hard time with the website because I'm consistently getting orders. I'm consistently. I even gave you the direct link, so I don't know if that direct link is giving you a problem or what. I don't know, but I'm still getting orders on there. That's crazy. I can't wait to get started on my project. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm bougie. Mom. But anyway, cooking on the grill. He's cooking my dinner. He's cooking my dinner. But yeah, so anybody have any questions regarding making more money? Graphing. I know mine is rough on emotionally. Yeah, it is. Okay, how about a throw? Do you make those a throw? Yeah. You talking about the graph or the actual crochet tie? The graph or the crochet? So when you are doing, don't forget though, when you are going to do your crochet blanket and when you are charging your people, your customers, make sure you charge them the most that you could charge. Like for instance, the Tupac that I have. This Tupac that I have, I'm sorry, it ain't gonna be nothing less than 800. I'm not charging nothing less than 800. But if you was to do blanket, a regular blanket is not gonna get $800. So you gotta think about how can I maximize my money? How can I get the most money possible? Right? How can you get the most money possible from what you can create? The most money that I can make is with a graphghan. Even with clothes, baby stuff. Some people give me the tedious things ever. Like, oh my god, can you put an issue on a romper, or can you do a snowsuit with the issues on it or something like that, or can you make a sweater with the name of their like what? The crazy thing is, I've done it. I did it. It was kind of like I had to formulate my brain to figure out how can I do this. Not only did I have to make the pattern of the snowsuit, but I also had to figure out how I was going to add that graph. How was I going to add those letters? How was I going to add the image or whatever they wanted me to do? And that's what I did. Um, how do I do that? Trial and error. What I do is the you look at whatever you're going to do. Say for instance, if you're going to do a snowsuit, you look at the snowsuit and you look at what sorry, whatever snowsuit that you're gonna make, you need to make sure not only the space, you need to make sure that the letter is gonna look good or the name is gonna look. So I did one that E. Yeah, I did an E. I put an E on there, and it was like maybe 25 by 25. Again, this baby snowsuit. The baby snowsuit. Oh my gosh, this keeps cutting off. There's no zipper or button in the middle. It was just flat. So that's what I decided to use. I decided to use that so that I didn't have to worry about no zipper or button or trying to do it on this side or that side because on both panels it wasn't enough room. So that's why I did just the middle. So that's how I would try to figure it out. I didn't want to do it on the back because who wants the name on the back? Just give my balls away. So I didn't want to do it on the back. I just wanted to make sure that that E was seen so that when you show the baby, you showing the E. So that's why I did it that way. So yeah, um, trial and error, but it's definitely doable. Definitely doable. Diva on that, aka Link's girlfriend's blanket. I made $500 on that throw. Okay, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. You can make a good amount of money on graphghan, period. Especially something that you have to take a bunch of different images and put them together. Yeah, yeah, of course. You can make a lot of money. I got a lot of requests for the one I shared in one of the graphs, but I'm scared of Disney. Yeah, I don't think Disney is looking for you though. I wouldn't I would change it. I wouldn't make it a Disney thing at all. I would change it. But that's up to you if that's what you want to do. That's what made me start revamping. I started revamping. I started doing. There's a lot of stuff going on out here. This is never gonna happen again. I'm not gonna be out here doing this. Um, I started revamping when I realized that it was an infringement thing and people can sue you. But there was a rumor back then that Disney was suing you. No, they weren't. It was a rumor because people were hating and they didn't want you to sell. Um, it wasn't. Not saying that they don't, but it wasn't at that time any type of um, letter cease and desist. They're not going around looking for people to. They're not doing that. I looked it up myself. I even asked people. I went to a lawyer. Not saying you're not supposed to do it. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying they're not looking for little old Shauna to see if Shauna is making a Disney princess graphing. They're just not. So when people tell me that they received a cease and desist letter, I'm like, bull. Let me say it. Bull. They will send a cease and desist. That's the thing. That's what I was told. They sent a cease and desist letter, and she showed it, and it was an email. And I'm like, okay. I'm not saying they're not doing it. I'm just saying, okay, that's it. That's it. That's how graph graphing and graph canning can make you way more money than regular crochet. So consider it. Consider learning graphing or graph canning and using both of them at the same time. And don't do it so that you can make more money. I'm doing I could say it now. I'm doing a crochet gala. It's gonna be in New York. It's gonna be a fashion show, and I don't do clothes, but I'm gonna do clothes. But guess what? I'm gonna do clothes with the graphghan, cause I'm a graphghan girl. So I'm gonna do clothes with the graphghan, and the graphghan clothes that I'm gonna do, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire, and um, I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be hit lit, and um, even though I'm in a fashion show and it's a fashion show, I'm still bringing my graphghan to it. Why? Because I can maximize that by selling it, and selling it, it will get it way more money. Selling it, it gets you way more money than a regular crochet outfit. And not only that, when you do crochet clothes, the reason why it kind of like brought me down to I don't want to do clothes anymore is because when you do crochet clothes, some people are not just buying it to wear all the time. They're not gonna buy $100 or $150 outfit from you, a handmade $150 outfit that they could wear on an everyday basis. I didn't. I mean, maybe I don't got it like that to do that. So unless it's an event, unless it's something that I want, something specific that I want to do for something, then I will pay that amount of money. Then I will do that. Then we could talk about spending that type of money for a crochet outfit. But I'm not gonna just say I want this skirt and top because I just want it. Because that's why they go to Fashion Nova and Target and all of that to get their crocheted garments. That is so called crocheted. I don't know. I have issues with sizing when dealing with clothes. I'm waiting for a future sweater project. Uh, what future sweater project? I don't know what you're talking about. Make sure you take pictures. Uh, Ta. Of course, I'm taking pictures. It's gonna be in New York. So if anybody in the New Jersey, New York area, you need to come and get a ticket for me so you could go. It's called a crochet gala, and it's gonna be other designers there and vendors. So it'll be nice. It'll be cool. It's like the Met Gala but crochet style. And I was asked. I didn't even know anything about it. I was just asked that I want to be in it, and I'm like, I don't do clothes. I don't do clothes. She was like, "You're gonna do clothes. You're gonna do clothes." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do clothes. I'll do clothes." So um, I'm gonna take it into a graphghan thing. Make sure you. Oh, we need graphghan sweaters. Hmm. I actually did a sweater dress, and somebody made me so mad that I deleted all the things. I had an actual tutorial, step by step video of how to make the sweater dress with a lip in the middle of it. I don't know if one of you saw it or not. And I got so mad at someone that I deleted every last video that I took the time out. I took a long time. Like it was a lot of work. I don't know how these people do it, but it took me some time to do that sweater. Um, and it was a sweater. It was like the off the shoulder sweater, and it had like a big lip, like a biting lip, right here in the middle. Hey, I don't know why I made that person. I don't know why I let that person make me mad, but I did. I let the person make me mad. Yeah, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. But yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to depart because I keep scratching. I keep scratching. I don't like being out here. I need some off, some spray, because being out here, oh, it's bugs everywhere. I feel like I need 3 showers. I'm just ready for my dinner, and then I'm going home. I'm ready for my dinner time, and then I'm going home. But yeah, so that's basically it. Make sure you get the maximum amount of money for anything that you do. But if it's a graph scan or a graph, you get your dollar's worth. It's worth it. it. The handmade stuff is worth it, period. But a graphghan handmade, get your money, get your money. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be able to make $500, $700 on a blanket, and somebody was actually going to pay for it. Never thought about it. This lady, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was very judgmental, and I shouldn't have been. I was very judgmental when it came to this young lady asking me to make this blanket for her grandbaby, and I'm like, it's gonna be $300. It was a baby blanket. It's gonna be $300, and she was like, okay, I'll give you half now and half later. I'm like, really? You gonna do that? So you never know. You never know. If they don't pay it, then they're not your customers. If they do pay it, they're your customers. So that's why I don't do outside. Yeah, have a great night, Diva. Plant some mint in. It will help. Plant mint. What that mean? Cherise, plant mint. It's not my property. Plant mint? What that mean? You gotta plant some mint over here. You gotta plant mint. Mint. Plant mint. Mint. Mint keeps bugs away.
Oh.
Mint. Yes, because I'm scratching like crazy over here.
Nah. Somebody told me cut up some Irish Spring and sprinkle it around the yard.
Irish Spring.
Yeah, I went and got some more because my cousin he like some bread hot dogs too, so I just got you some more Nathan.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was nice.
You don't eat Nathan's?
I eat some bread. I bought my some bread.
Yeah.
What? What's the problem?
You said you don't eat Nathan hot dogs?
I do eat Nathan hot dogs, but I bought some bread.
Yeah, but I forgot he don't eat chicken. He don't eat
chicken.
Shit. Yeah, so I told so he was like, I don't feel like defrosting my breads because they're gonna. Matter of fact, I just give you my packets of breads.
No, that's fine.
I bought you these, so I put these on for you too if you want more hot dogs.
Okay. Oh, she said that too. The Irish Spring. Oh, this is getting to me. All right, guys. You have a good one. I will talk to you later. Get your money. Graphghan can make you more money. It can increase your profit way more than just regular plain stuff. It can increase it big time. I guarantee you. I promise you. All right. Thanks, Cherise. Have a good night. I've heard that Irish Spring helps too. Oh, all of y'all heard of that. I ain't hear that. Well, I'm like,
so you said I ain't know what I was talking about.
Nah.
Thank you, y'all.
Ty said hi.
Oh, Ty, my shoe.
Tie your shoe.
I said, did she like that song?
Ty, he said, did you like your song? Have a great night, Diva. You too. Some of them, not all of them.
Oh, I was gonna say, see, that's what we try to do. That's why we want y'all to subscribe so we can have like little cookouts in the yard.
Yeah.
You did a podcast with that junk in the back?
No, I didn't.
They see all that crap in the back.
No, I got a different background. All right. All right. See y'all later. Bye.